Alright, hello and welcome everybody, it is Pohx again. So as promised, I told you guys I would do kind of like a full combo rotation of my Daggerspell. So before this all starts, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to explain a couple things about the points that I have. So let's just go into the tree really quickly. Innervate is a skill which drains mana and deals damage based off of fear. Extra damage on fear. Bubble Trap is the one you guys see all the time where you hit a target and they float up. If they take fire damage, if they're burning, then they go even higher, and then they can take fall damage. Insidious Whisper is a single target fear. Purge gives you magic defense, cleanses yourself or removes a debuff from them. Courageous Action prevents fear on yourself along with fear and along with sleep. It actually does not awaken you. It's a I guess a mistype on there. You might be able to awaken someone else, I'm not sure. Lassitude is what you use to slap someone in the face with a little ball, and then from the lassitude it branches off into a sleep. Banshee's Wail is the PB AoE fear, which hits everyone around you, and then on top of that it will go into a stun after the fear expires. Focal Concussion is a short range stun, and after the stun it removes one status effect, not all status effects. Duels Breath is a cone shaped attack that chains off of or combos off lightning, and on top of that it is an interrupt / minor knockback. Focal Concussion is also a interrupt. Now in the Shadowplay tree you're free to do whatever you'd like here. Once again, this is tailored to myself, so I use drop back, which is kind of like a must if you pick up Shadowplay. When you use it, you can get, with my current setup, I can get 2 fireballs off instacast. If I stacked attack speed, had better ping, I could get 3, possibly 4. Now I use Shadow Step. Honestly, you can use whatever you want. I've tried using Shadow Smite. For some reason it doesn't work for me. It just says fuck you every time. So Shadow Step is a good one to gap close to someone to get a fear off. Free Runner is really good versus melees because you can kite them. Overwhelm is good if you need another interrupt versus healers and whatnot. Stealth is good for open world. Honestly, there's a bunch of different things you could get, or you could just get Mud Hand. There's so many different things you could get in terms of that. Now for the Sork side, Firebolt is, one of your main damage sources. Insulating Lens helps for burst damage, and when you bubble, whenever you have free time, you can recast it because you don't have a heal. Arc Lightning is your hardest hitter. Freezing Earth is an instant cast that chains off of fire damage. Then you want to get your passive for increased range. Chain Lightning is an instant cast that can ricochet between targets, such as them and their mounts, and also combos with Duels Breath. Magic Circle is what sets up the crazy and ridiculous amounts of damage. Meteor Strike is what you combo with, or is, well, after you set up your combos, what you meteor. And then Enzeb's Infusion is a flat-out damage increase. I don't like Freezing Arrow. You can get it. I mean, you can use, like, if you had the points to put, like, you could put Freezing Arrow and Frigid Tracks would work when you bubble someone. That's another thing you could possibly do, but then you're dropping even more points, so there's really, you don't always have room to spare. But it's good. Like, it would be really good in terms of overall effectiveness, because you could Frigid Tracks while someone CC'd, and then you could get ready, you could Freezing Arrow into backflip into double fireball that gets a combo off of, it does 12% more damage because they're chilled, so that's something to think of, but you'd be removing two potential skills, so I guess maybe like Shadow Step and Purge. And then Searing Rain, not for PvP. Flame Barrier is very good for setting up other stuff. It's a pretty good damaging skill. It's a kind of like a line shape. It's really weird to aim, but it's good nonetheless. And Magic Crit, I'm not built on crit, so I don't really need it. And with that being said, I'm going to show you guys the first combo, which I'm going to state here. The combo is Banshee's Wail into Lassitude, into Innervate, right here, into Magic Circle, into Meteor, into Arc, into Chain Lightning. So here we go. So let's just test this out. So now all of these things can be achieved in duels. Like, it's not hard to get them set up. It just depends on if they know how to counter you, if they know what CCs to use to CC break, etc. And on cloth users it's a lot more difficult because the cloth set bonus reduces the duration of your CCs essentially by 30%. So you have to be very precise on doing it. So with that being said, I'm going to start the first combo off, which is Banshee's Wail into Lassitude, into Innervate, into Circle, and you can now see, let's see if it gets off in time. 2, 1, and boom, into Arc Lightning, because he's tripped, into Chain Lightning. So that would be one combo. And in that scenario, if he did not have a CC break, which he does in his setup, he would, that would have killed him. Once you get the first initiation off, you can win. However, just remember, Occultist, he could have CC broke, which means if he broke the Banshee's Wail, it wouldn't have went into the stun. And then he could also cleanse off Lassitude before it goes into sleep. But if you can get all of that off, and you can set it up right, and you have the cast speed to do it all, it's just a ridiculous wombo combo. So that's combination number 1. Your next combination would be, for example, let's see, let's test out kind of like the same thing, but 1 or 2 things are changed. First we need to kind of get out of combat here. Are we good? No? Still in combat, sad face? Is it me in combat or you? Okay, there we go. Alright, so this is going to be more or less the same exact thing, but it's going to change a little bit towards the end. So, here we go, we're going to Banshee's Wail, into Lassitude, into Innervates, into your Meteor. We'll circle down Meteor. Now from the Meteor here, we're going to change it up. We're immediately going to go into a Bubble. The Bubble will send them up high. Now because they're so far in the sky, because of the combo of fire damage, you can go into an Arc Lightning, and right after the Arc Lightning, you can go into an Insidious Whisper, which will force them to take the fall damage. However, the bubble broke anyway because I took too long explaining it. But that will force people into taking the fall damage because you fear them, and unless they're going to fear break, they can't use a glider. They can't, you know, they're feared, so they're going to force to take that like 30-40% life to the ground. Also, something else you could do is, as the meteor is falling, you can run up to them and get ready, because when the meteor falls, they're going to be burned, and because they're burned, your freezing earth, which hits already, you know, at a pretty high magnitude as it is, will do 26% more damage to burning targets, and from there you can do like a backflip into, you know, numerous fireballs. The next combo we have is kind of baiting people out into certain things. So you got to remember, as he is a Sorrow Song, so I'm going to have you pretend you're bad at the game cold, and I want you to cleanse this one right here. Like break the fear. So he just fear broke. So against other people, normally you would initiate a fear. If you kind of have to learn their play style, which means then his fear break is down, so you can do our combo. So I'm going to wait here, and I'm going to Lassitude now. I want you to break that Lassitude if you can with the cleanse. There you go. So if you guys saw how quick he did it, he's got a really good ping, he's got good reaction timing. The sleep timer kicked in, but he cleansed off the initial part of Lassitude, which is what you can do with Mirror Light, which then did not allow the sleep to kick in. So there are ways to counter this. A lot of people are like, oh my god, mages are so OP, etc. If you learn how to counter them, if you learn CC breaks, if you learn how to pick up on certain buffs, they're not going to happen. It usually will not happen. Now, other things you can do is, if you look at his buff bar, I'm going to strip him of 1. So Purge can be used offensively to remove 1 buff. Then you have another interesting combo. It's 3 instant cast abilities. So it would start off with a Chain Lightning, which would shock them. It's a Focal Concussion to line up with the Huda's Breath. That was 3 insta casts that did a good 3,000 damage on a cloth user. Now the reason, or pretty much how that worked is, Focal Concussion stuns them and removes 1 debuff, or 1 buff from them. Chain Lightning is instant cast, it's targetable, you can't really miss it. Focal Concussion is short range, but the Huda's Breath can be dodged. It's a cone-shape attack, and the reason why it's really annoying to set up sometimes is you can literally just sidestep the skill. So Cold, I want you to run just strafe to your left right now. You can see there, like I clearly had him targeted, but because I didn't move my camera towards him, he dodged it. But Focal Concussion is the stun, which allows you to get it to do Huda's Breath off. So that's another cool thing. And remember that combos with your lightning damage off Chain Lightning. Now another thing is, so I want you to go ahead and break this fear right now. So go ahead and break that fear. Okay, that fear is broken. You can now bait them into, like, for example, a fireball, into a double fireball, into a fear, and your fear will be, you know, 3-4 seconds long, and then you can channel an Arc Lightning. So you kind of have to be all over the place on pretty much what combos you want to do, because you can't land the same combos towards everyone. So when you're initiating duels, you have a couple options you can do. The first thing is you have to understand if they're witchcraft. If they're witchcraft, they're most likely going to have immunity to fear and immunity to sleep. Now remember, you have 2 debuffs though. You have 2 ways to purge. You have Focal Concussion, and you have your purge itself. So let's go ahead and look at his buffs. He's got 3 actual buffs on. So let's see if it works. Let's purge 2 off. There goes his Enzeb's Boon, which is his Intel Spirit. And well, Focal Concussion missed. We're bad at this game. So that's the other thing to take into account, is my 98% accuracy decides to trolley-poly-oly sometimes. So, another way to start off a duel is, let's have an actual duel here, Cold. So let's run out of range. Actually, no, we can just do it from here. Give me 5 seconds and we'll start an actual duel. And I'll show you guys this in motion. Cold is a very good player. I'm most likely not going to beat him. He's, like I said, he's an exceptional player. But we're going to see how this works, and you guys will see some of the combos in action. So, 3, 2, 1, and go. There's his stun going. There's his interrupt on my bubble. My bubble's gonna hit him, but he's not gonna fly very high because of the way it's set up. I'm gonna arc into a fear. Okay, so there I got lucky on the burst damage. Nothing there missed. Everything was set up right, and I think I interrupted his heal midway through. I'm not sure. Normally the duels will span longer than that. We'll do a rematch here because that duel is definitely in favor of me. Now I did mess up there though. When I bubbled him, I should have immediately popped my insulating lens because I could have had another effective 1,000 health essentially during that fight. But you can see there's a whole bunch of different things that go on when you're dueling someone who knows what they're doing, because you can't just do your normal Ruffle Stomp combo if you know they have a CC break. Alright, so I am ready whenever you are. I'm also cheating. Let me take off my buffs. That's probably why. That's another reason. Okay, here we go. Oh, that didn't kill him, so he's gonna win the duel now. Oh! Oh, that was really close. Okay. So at the beginning of the duel, I messed up. I misclicked my hotkey. I meant to shadow step towards him and fear him, but that was another combo which I got off there, which was essentially, I think I feared him into something. Anyway, you guys pretty much saw it. You have to make do with what you have, and you really have to be very systematical on the keys that you place and whatnot. And you pretty much just have to know what's going to combo with what. So it's not, you know, casters are not that, oh my god, you can hit 3 buttons. Sure, against bad players, you can hit 3 buttons. Against people that don't have CC breaks, you can hit 3 buttons. But against people that do have CC breaks and know how to fight your combo, it's really not as simple as it seems. There's a lot more in depth than those 3 buttons that it may look like on stream when I'm just face rolling people. But like I said, that's pretty much what I wanted to inform you guys of. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, any questions you have at any point in time, comment down below. Check me out on my live stream, twitch.tv/Pohx. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. And with that, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.